9.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Only proficiency meant
19.
if only proficiency meant advantage.
All right. So with a 19, I can tell you that
I rolled
over
a 20.
Wait.
you're not quite in the room yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were all going into the room. My bad.
Oh, word. Yeah, no, we're gonna get combat started here in just a moment. But over here, between these shelves, you can see a table, very similar to this one over here. This one has books scattered all over it. It looks like someone was working there, with loose paper all over the place, and a small puddle of shimmering blue liquid, as well as several small various origami figures.
Okay. Is the beast actually still in front of me? I thought it ran away after it hit me.
Yeah, so let's see, you got a 9.
I got a 9.
I got a 19.
Oh, 19, perfect. So you see the creature, after it claws at you, scramble under the table, and it disappears into the pages of an open book lying under the table.
Okay. Weird.
And with that, let me roll some initiative for my beasties.
Oh no.
Plural.
Or beastie.
Oh no.
All right. And as it slithers into a book, you see movement off across the room.
Huh. So my character can make the assumption that it is teleporting.
Mm-hmm.
Using the
books. So, did we roll for initiative last time?
Yes.
Okay. Who's leading?
That's going to be Athelios first, and then the Beastie, then Lorthar, Zoo, and Thas.
Okay. I am. Are there any other books under the table?
There are 3 or 4 of them, but they're all closed and in a stack next to the open book.
There's just the one open book. Okay, so I'm going to move over to the table, and I am going to close the book. And as I am shouting for Zoo and Lothar to get into the room, because I have no clue what this creature is. And it may have magical abilities that I may need their help with. And after I do that, I am going to roll a d10 to, if I can figure out, let's see which one that is. That's 5 sides. That's 5 sides. Okay. I am going to use my second wind, and I am going to roll a d10 and regain that much health plus 2.
Hell yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, you guys see Athelios stand up a little bit straighter, his wounds closing as he near miraculously closes his wounds through sheer force of magical fighter will.
So I regain 9 health.
Beautiful.
And that will conclude my turn, as it were.
One thing that I will tell you is it costs folks an extra 5 feet of movement to move through a square.
Do I need to move out of the way? Is that what you're telling me?
There you go.
I moved out, and I move out of the way. I'm going to move over here.
Yeah, don't want any surprises, but also want to try close to the... anywho. Awesome. You guys don't see the beastie well enough to see what it does. You saw a flash of movement fairly clearly over in the corner. But you aren't sure what it's doing. Lothar, your turn.
Okay, what's my movement's 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this would be 10, 20,
Mm-hmm.
25.
Yeah, you can move to any of those three.
Move to the right. Stay close. Yeah, there we go.
And then I can't see this, right? The creature up here.
Correct. Yeah, the bookshelf is enough to see that something is over here, but you don't have a direct line of sight. It's a heavy obscurement if we were going to be very specific to D&D about it.
Okay. And then am I close enough to do like an arcana check on this like mystery blue fluid, or do I need to be closer for that?
Give me a perception check first. But since you have a direct line of sight, that seems pretty
20.
reasonable. Beautiful. Yeah, you can see it perfectly. So give me a Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh. I think I just have to click this twice, basically. 17.
Nice. As you look over, your eyes widen in a little bit of fear. What you can see dripping down onto the counter, if your eyes are right, is pure liquid mana. This is something that you theoretically know exists, but seeing it here in such quantities and seeing it just pooled on the floor is a lot like walking into your kitchen and finding a small pool of nuclear waste. In this case, it's not directly harmful to you, but magic wants somewhere to go. It wants to do stuff. It wants to do things. You've all heard of sorcerers who have wild magic surges when they can't control their powers very well. This would be the raw jet fuel that ignites that kind of ability.
Oh God. I'll simply just state, be cautious with casting. That's pure mana on the floor.
Screw it. Everybody leave and throw a fireball in the room.
Where is that at? Is it like just everywhere? Just everywhere? Just right there? Okay.
Yeah, a small puddle on this little table over here. I'm really sad that I forgot to include a table over here. But yeah, it'd be like a half cup of tea got spilled, so it's like definitely all over the table and a little stripped on the floor. But it's not a huge like wade through it puddle.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. And I believe that will.
I'm attempting to draw the thing.
And I'm sorry, is that coming from the roof you said, or is it just there?
The puddle is just on the table.
Okay.
Is this table? Should this table be like that size?
A little bit bigger.
A little bigger, okay. Like that?
Yeah,
Like
there
a
you go.
10-foot table?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
like
think
bigger than would fit in a kitchen comfortably, but this way, 12
Okay.
people can study around it, kind of a thing.
and that'll conclude my turn.
Sweet. Zoo, you're up.
All right. So we're just gonna start moving on in here to about there, and just kind of looking around. You said you wanted a perception check, right?
Yeah.
A 9 with a +3, a 12 as I walk in the room.
Nice. Yeah, as you wander by Fass and by Lothar, you kind of look over between the shelves, and you can see that glowing puddle of blue that Lothar was talking about.
Okay. And on that table is also where the origamis and such are. Right?
Mhm.
Okay. Is this over here? How do I use my marker? On the left side,
Right click.
this here, is that anything? Is that like actually a raised book on a pedestal or?
So over here, yes, this is a book on a pedestal with a little candelabra next to it. It looks like an index.
Okay.
For the room, which you're fairly familiar with. Yeah, nothing particularly notable about it outside of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here, kind of like in front of a Lothar. And can I ready an action with a
Sure.
crossbow? Like, so what I'm looking for is, so we all saw this creature, right? Or is it only the two that walked in the room?
You two saw kind of a flurry of movement. Athelios saw it fairly clearly.
Okay.
I got
And Thas
wrecked.
caught a good glimpse of it.
All right, so I'm gonna. Actually, I don't remember action. I don't. I have to be very explicit with what how I ready it. Yeah, I'm just gonna be here. Pull out my loot. Call it good. I'm not gonna loot my pan flute. I'm gonna like touch it. Readying that. So that's my turn.
Sweet. And what are you readying?
Nothing. I'm just literally just touching my pan flute.
Oh, word.
It's literally.
Perfect.
I'm not readying anything.
Thas, your turn.
All right. I'm going to move to here, keeping. I mean, I'm assuming this is like 5 feet between myself and Lothar and the bard and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just going to cast Bless on myself, Athelios, and Lothar.
Perfect. Too blessed to be stressed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you all feel divine magic settle across your shoulders. You are blessed in many ways, but you aren't quite sure how that's going to reveal itself quite yet.
Just a quick question with Bless. Since it specifies an attack roll, does that include a spell cast attack roll?
Yep.
Okay, I was just double checking.
All good. All right. And with that, Athelios, you are up.
Okay. Question. I saw the beast pretty clearly, right? Enough to know what it looks like. A good idea of what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you saw that it. While it has the body of a cat, but you weren't sure if it had 4 legs or 6, and it had 2 limbs made of paper coming up out of its shoulders that ended in spiked pads with kind of one big main spike.
Yeah, that looks. That's rather weird. Oh.
It looks significantly feline.
Okay. Well, I was possibly gonna try to shape change into it, so I could show everyone what it looks like. But it sounds like it has more limbs than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not gonna work. So I'm going to say to the others that it seems like it can jump through open books into other books that are open. So I am going to move. I got 20 feet walking distance. I'm gonna move 10 feet, and I'm going to actually close this index. Here. Let's see if I can. Nope. Oh.
I'm here for it.
Finish. There we go. It's closed. You get the idea. The index is now closed. Do Do I see any other open books besides the ones on the table?
No, all the open books are currently on the table in blue off to the right.
Okay, so I'm gonna move over here for for my last 10 feet of walking speed, and I'm going to pull my rapier out and ready my shield.
All right. Are you going to take the dodge action? Are you going to prepare an action? Essentially, if you take dodge, creatures rolling against you have disadvantage. If you ready an action, you can essentially say, like, hey, if the creature, comes into this aisle or comes within, 10 feet or whatever, I'm going to try and attack it.
Okay, I'm going to ready an attack.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And that consumes both reaction and action, but it also lets you attack if it gets closer.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's see here. You all see a flash of movement over here. And you hear rustling papers. And I'm going to move that token elsewhere. All right. Lothar, your turn.
Okay, so I'll be 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll move here. Do I see any open books along this row of bookshelves?
They're all closed and packed into these bookshelves.
Okay.
How closely are you looking at the books?
It's really just a cursory glance. I'm checking to see if there are any open books. That's about it.
Word. Yeah, as you glance across the bookshelf, you kind of raise half an eyebrow, as none of these are titles that you've heard of or would expect. So a lot of them are things like raising a garden, necromancy for gardeners, things that you don't doubt someone in the world is thinking about, but things you definitely haven't heard of.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing on your turn? Oh, and you see no open books on this shelf.
Can I ask him to do something during his turn?
Mhm.
I want to ask him to mage hand the books on the table closed.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think quite yet. I'm very hesitant to cast spells, especially around this area.
Okay.
It's like it's like lighting a lighter when you're doused in gasoline. You'll probably be, or like diesel, like you'll probably be fine, but like. And that will conclude my turn.
All right. Zoo, your turn.
Hearing the request from Athelios, I'm not going to do that.
It's just gonna start moving over there.
All right. And I'm assuming that there's just books on this table that are just open. Is that a correct interpretation? Okay. And you have different origamis. Can I look at the origami to see if they look like creatures, or are they like plants, or like the nature of what these origamis are of?
You looked across probably 5 or 10 origami kind of scattered throughout several papers. Most of them look like different things. You see a couple basic flowers, you see a couple toads, you see one turned into kind of a snake looking one. You also see what looks like a small displacer beast. That is a fairly complicated bit of origami, near as you can tell. Origami is not a common thing that you've seen. You've heard of people folding papers into interesting shapes, but this one seems like a particularly nice work, a particularly complicated example of the art.
So, what I would like to do is I'd like to pick up a flower origami and throw it at the little puddle on the
You're
table.
just gonna
And
throw
see the interaction of the origami with the puddle.
Let me introduce you to nitroglycerin of mana.
He's gonna throw a rock at the potentially explosive material.
Well,
I'm just joking,
when you throw the flower into the origami, when you throw the flower into the pool of mana, tell me about your expectations there in terms of like, are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you like?
oh, I'm hesitant.
Big?
I'm expecting. I'm just wondering because the creature, right, looks partially paper-ish. I just have a question of is this liquid interacting with the origami? And so I'm expecting something that is, if it is interacting, the flower to just become somewhat partially alive. But I'm also hesitant because I don't know what to expect. Like I would assume that it burns. I'm testing if it does more than burning and that it shape shifts. But I'd be quite worried if it turns into a monstrosity of sorts, like Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, 3 interesting things happen as you drop this origami flower into the pool of mana.
I'm going to throw it. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
And 3 things that you expected. First and foremost, as soon as the barest corner of the flower touches the mana, it kicks in your hand. And not like a little jerk, but like a horse trying to get you off its back. It nearly breaks your arm with its intensity. The very tips of your fingers are raw from how fast it moves away from you. As it touches the mana from that tiny corner, it blossoms from what was a fairly, not simple, but an understandable folding of paper into what looks like a lifelike paper rose that continues to swell very, very quickly. Within the first couple seconds, becoming about the size of a basketball, and then like a the yoga balls that people sit on. It gets to about that size as it just blooms and blooms, and every time you think it's done unfolding itself from the center, it simply continues producing complexity. As its flower is blooming, you also see vines very quickly wrap around the table.
I'm so
going
sorry,
down
guys.
the table leg.
So sorry. This is okay.
And as you think, I thought it was going to burn in the back of your head, you see this flower kind of rear up on its stem like a snake and burst into flame all around like a lion's mane around the main bloom.
Oh, so it's not on fire. It has a mane.
The last thing that you notice is all of the roots, all of the vines that are quickly sprouting out the back of it are covered in about 4-inch long, very wickedly sharp looking thorns.
Oof. All right.
So I need to find a token real quick.
It seems the theory was more or less correct. Oops.
Where is the token?
It was like this in Baldur's Gate as well.
Yeah, this isn't
This is just more of the same for us.
Oh man, this was not. Well, it was. I just wanted to test a theory, and it worked out.
Backfired on you.
What's? No.
Didn't even bother rolling Arcana or anything. Just
On
yeeted
what?
some
On
fucking-
the. I assume
That's my kind of player right there.
Notice he selected a skull token.
Is there any chance of sweeping the rest of the origami onto the floor, away
Sure.
from the puddle?
Yeah, make a acrobatics, athletics, or sleight of hand.
Oh, I'm a turtle. Athletics. Man. All right, it's going to have to be athletics.
About to get Beauty
Yeah,
and the Beast
yeah,
up
yeah,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah.
That table's
Nine-
going to come alive too.
19.
19. All right. Yeah, as this flower starts to bloom in your hands and then suddenly not in your hands, you realize there's about 8 more of these, not 2 feet from the puddle. So you reach very closely, your neck just brushing the growing stem covered in thorns, as you carefully brush the origami creatures, flowers, plants away off the side of the table.
And I'll turn.
As they land about here, but a solid 5 feet farther than they were from the pool of mana.
I'll turn to the party and kind of with a smirk and be like, "See, I mitigated the risk with this giant like man-like creature behind me. Risk averted or danger averted. That could have been a whole lot worse."
I didn't catch it. Did the mana puddle get absorbed by this growing pseudo organic creature?
You can see that the mana pool is mostly absorbed as the creature goes bigger and bigger.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's what I've got. Would I be able to have a bonus action or have I done enough?
I'm gonna say that I think moving the origami was about as
right,
much bonus action as I can give you.
Yeah, so I'm just here and yeah.
Soul's gonna die first, just like in Baldur's Gate.
Someone had to do it, you know. It's like gotta get...
Nope, literally no one had to do it.
No.
Let's see here. I need to roll initiative again. Hang tight 1 sec while I organize my notes real quick. This was not on the list of things I expected.
Crisis
There's
averted.
a little more caution out of us than.
Caution is for people who don't adventure.
Oh my goodness.
My character's wondering where this thing came from. Well, there's your answer.
All right. None of you see hide nor hair of the beastie. However, there is a flower up close and personal with your very favorite bard.
Is it very hostile?
Oh yeah, is it friendly?
Yes.
Oh, never know.
Guy could help, damn it.
Father?
Well, it kind of sucks that the only person, well, not the only person, one of the 2 people without a blade was the one to do this. Because it's still a plant, damn it.
Oh, I have a blade I can chop.
Actually, sorry, it's not the flower's turn though. It is Thas's turn.
All right, you need to get up there and help him out before he dies.
All right. So I'm gonna move right up here next to him. And attack the rose.
Yeah. Remind me, what weapon are you using?
It's a glaive, so technically I have reach, but getting up close and personal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Make some attack rolls for me.
And then a D4. Where is that?
And
Wait, why is it doing 2 of them? There we go. So 11.
sweet. 11 hits.
Nine damage.
Nice. So you run up, spinning your glaive around and hitting it right in the stem. Given that you've handled paper before, it is surprisingly resilient. You can cut through about a quarter inch of it, about half an inch of it, and leave a definite mark on it. But even though it gushes what appears to be ink, you also didn't cut nearly as deep as you would have thought.
Uh-oh.
Oh shoot!
Sure.
I can't. I can't get to it now.
Yeah, you can.
You can go around me
I-
on the left.
That would take 30 movement, and I only have 20.
Diagonals
Oh, you're
count
good.
as
Diagonals
5.
count. Okay, that's 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, worth noting, diagonals count as 5, but your second diagonal counts as 10.
So that still wouldn't work.
No, you're good. You can do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then you're within 5 feet.
I only have 20 movement.
Really?
Yeah, because of my chainmail. It removes 10 walking speed.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right.
It kind of sucks, but I mean, I probably would have died without it from that first attack from the beast. So, because I had 18 armor and it still did 10 damage to me. Oh.
The yeah, in that case, that would leave you a hair short.
Yep.
You don't have like a bow or anything?
Nope. And I gave my throwing axes to Thas. So, because I did nothing with them.
Throw a book at it. Improvise weapon.
I'll pop the other beast.
Yeah, I don't know where it is though. I think it's up top. I think it's over here, but I don't know.
I meant from your throne book.
Oh, true.
You could at least move closer.
Yes, when my turn comes, I'm just thinking. Yeah,
It is your turn.
It is your turn.
Oh, it is my turn.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, this is bad. I'll throw my gold at it. Just start hacking gold coins. Yeah.
Well, then just move and do something.
Yeah, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move as far as I can. I'm going to move to here. That's 5, 10.
You can
15,
move here
oh.
if you want.
Oh, no, I can't because that's, well,
You can move up to here.
5, 10, 15,
right.
20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I'll move right here. And I will be facing in this general direction. Because there's another as deadly, if not more deadly, beastie over this way.
Hopefully it's more.
And I am
deadly
going
than-
to Not well. Yeah, I'm gonna ready dodge. That's
Sweet.
my
Heck yeah.
That's your strength is low. That's why your movement speed is decreased.
I think it's
Yeah, because you need like a strength of 13 to not.
AC 16, strength 13, stealth as a disadvantage is what the chainmail gives me. And I would normally have my character itself, like before all my equipment and stuff, has a 30 foot moving speed or walking speed. But I only have a 20 with all my equipment.
We're gonna have a chat after this.
yeah, I think you can stay fairly optimized and still
Yeah, because medium armor still lets you retain some of your, depending on what it is, will let you retain your dexterity bonus as AC. So you could probably reach the same armor class with less armor. But we'll chat afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see. So I forget what did it, but something I have on me is reducing my movement speed. Anywho's, I am readying your dodge.
sweet. And as you are carefully looking out for dangerous beasties, it comes around the corner. And where normally you would expect a roar or a hiss, it sounds like someone very aggressively slapping
some-
books open and closed.
Rustled some papers at me.
Flipping paper. Foot.
But it hisses and bares its fangs and jumps in to attack you.
Okay. So I 3.
And so I go with the 3. Yep. It does not hit.
Okay, good.
Unless a 6 hits. So
yeah.
you wander up towards these bookshelves and see the creature kind of slowly make its way around the corner and come madly after you as soon as it sees you again. But being that you were ready, you managed to get your shield in front of you and hold it off without taking any damage. Though it is right in your face and very much does not like you.
Okay.
And with that, when you wandered up to this flower, you saw that its attention was mostly on Zoo. That has quickly changed. And
I
where
got close.
the flower turns towards you and whips 2 of its viney tentacles at you, trying to hit you. How does 14 do?
No, I've got a 16 AC.
Nice. So you stand tall in your armor in front of this this flower. It scrabbles at your armor, tries to find gaps, but unfortunately, it just cannot find a toehold. As it fails to do so, it kind of rears back from you two, not moving, but just not actively trying to hit you anymore. And you see it start sparking with small gouts of blue flame coming up off of its flower right in the center. Lothar, what do you do?
Are these bookshelves like? Can I see through them to some degree?
Just barely. You have to find the right spot, but you can find gaps in the bookshelves. Yes.
Okay. I would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at this man.
Mm-hmm.
And he will roll a 3 for his save.
Important.
All right. Let me see here.
I wonder what it sounds like for paper to laugh.
It's disquieting.
Sounds like a
Mainly
million
because
paper
you-
cuts to the ear.
Yeah, in the way that nails on a chalkboard is just something that your human brain doesn't want to hear. None of you are quite ready for books and origami given motion to now suddenly have emotion.
But you gotta say that about chalkboard. I've got goosebumps now.
That said, this is not a creature that had much of a will to begin with. It's capable of violence. It's capable of a lot more than most origami, but its mental defenses were never tested before. So it falls on its back, feet rending in the air, and tentacles kind of whipping around, searching for bookshelves to steady itself on. But yeah, it is prone and incapacitated.
And then I will I'll move. If I move here, do I still have visibility on everything that's happening through the bookshelves?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will end my turn there.
All right. Next up, we have Zoo.
Well, drawing a long sword. We're just gonna try chopping at this thing two-handed.
Heck yeah.
With
Get
an
his ass.
11 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Six points of damage.
Nice. So yeah, you slash out, and this flower is looking more and more unsteady on its stem, but it's still very much intact. It's still sparking. It's still alive. Though its movement is a little bit more jerky than it once was. You can tell you two are definitely having an effect on it. But it's also very much not dead yet.
Is this over here are these actually windows?
Yeah, those are actually windows.
That will be it.
Fantastic. Thas, that's all you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna strike this guy.
Hell
Maybe.
yeah. Give it a go.
Can I just make it so? Oh, never mind.
14.
Hey. Yeah, you hit.
5. Lowest damage I can do.
Nice, great work.
All right. This thing is on its last legs. It is dripping ink everywhere, getting all over the table. Your hands and armor are stained black as it splashes on you like ichor.
PG-13 action movie right now.
Exact black and white. And let's see here. Despite the significant hit, it is not dead. Let's see here. Athelios, that's your turn.
Okay, it is my turn. Just as a side note, all medium armor reduces half elves, humans, walking speed by 10.
If you're below a certain strength level.
Um,
It's
Wow.
always about strength level.
I think it's a good trade-off though, for the 18 AC. I am going to attack the beast in front of me with my rapier.
Okay.
Would you rather I turned? Well, I can finish off the other beast.
So the thing in front of you is kind of prone and
and
incapacitated. It's just laughing on the ground.
Okay. Then I will attack the I will move 10 feet and strike the flower with my
He rolls
rapier.
a 15.
I roll 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And plus what to hit?
Plus 5.
Sweet. 20 hits.
Okay.
So roll damage for me.
Damage, so 1d8. That's a wait. That's a 1 plus 5 is 6.
Plus 5?
Yeah, I have a plus 5. My damage is 1d8 plus 5.
That seems. Are you a duelist?
Yeah. I'm also have a high dexterity modifier, I think, is what is happening.
So the plus 5
I
is
didn't
to
change anything manually.
The plus 5 is to hit. I think it's 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Real quick.
It should be in your damage box.
Share screen. This. It says 1d8 plus 5 in my damage box. I didn't change anything manually there. That was all what the setup.
Because the normal damage for a sword is 1d8 plus dex mod, which should be plus 3 there, unless there's other. Unless it's like a plus 1 weapon or what have you.
Yeah, I have no clue where it's coming from. The only thing I can think of is
I'm seeing it as 1d8 plus 3 on my side on your sheet. If you refresh, does it stay? Weird.
did we change something in my character the last time? Fighting style, dueling.
Oh, yeah,
Might have
dueling
been
will...
from- Here, we'll go back to this. There we go, plus 3.
Oh, yeah. If your style is dueling, that'll make it plus 5.
Okay.
But I was seeing...
I think you had suggested I switch from the two-handed to dueling
Okay, perfect.
because I'm fighting with a shield and a rapier, and that like
Yeah, perfect setup. Okay, yeah, no, sorry for the hassle there. Yeah, no, if you're dueling, that's perfect. And exactly how that's supposed to work. Yeah, so you move on up towards this beastie. You pull your rapier up in front of you and manage to slash at it before it gets its fire attack off, finishing out the damage and the wounds that your co-conspirators here have inflicted on it. Ink splashes everywhere.
Teamwork.
The table is covered, the books are covered, the origami on the floor is covered. the pool of mana seems to separate itself from the ink. A lot like oil and water.
Oh, it's all over me.
Oh, my artwork on my shell.
It's in my raccoon wounds.
Okay. So now the
The beastie is dead.
beastie is dead, and now all the mana that was in the beastie is all over everything. Is that correct?
Not quite. It is ink.
There's ink that's all over everything. Okay, so we still have a tiny puddle of mana off on the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just enough for another
Okay.
origami.
Well, no, see, I have an idea, and I'm going to consult with Lothar what he thinks would happen if I touched the tip of my rapier to the mana.
Oh, probably nothing good.
Maybe you'll lose this weapon too.
Well, I have a second rapier in my bag.
Maybe like a sword snake? I don't know.
I'll point with my staff at the other creature that's actively trying to kill us. maybe focus up on that.
You know, I was hoping for, you know, like a magical weapon ahead of time, but you know, I will take his suggestion.
One fight at a time.
Can I use the remainder of my movement to move back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to move here. And then I am going to, if I wanted to ready a dodge.
You've already
You-
taken
you-
an action.
Okay, so I would have to use action surge if I wanted to ready a dodge.
Yes.
Okay. But if I use action surge,
Well-
then I could just attack again, right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
You could.
Okay. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use action surge, and I am going to attack this defenseless beastie that is rolling around, laughing on the floor.
All right. Make an attack with advantage, since it's prone.
Attack with advantage. 15 and 7, so 14.
Nice. That hits.
Okay. And then my D8. 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yeah, you deal a significant wound, halfway opening up the belly of this creature, and ink goes absolutely everywhere. As you do so, the creature stops laughing and looks up at you from its prone position with nothing but inky hatred in its eyes. And it's going to scramble back onto its feet and immediately launch 2 attacks at you with its shoulder-mounted limbs.
Okay.
So the first one, a 6 does not hit, I imagine,
No.
and a 9
that's-
does not hit, I imagine.
No, not at all.
Despite the ferocity behind this creature's attacks, it can't seem to get through your armor. You keep your shield in front of you exactly as you've trained to do, and manage to keep its onslaught to a minimum. It then kind of looks up at you as it is standing there, dripping ink all over the floor, and zips out this way. So you'll get an attack of opportunity.
An attack of opportunity.
So
I
you just re-roll your attack. Yeah.
reroll my attack. Okay. 11.
An 11 will hit. Roll some damage.
Okay. 13.
Yeah. As this creature limps away, you manage to score another significant wound on it, hitting it in 2 of its back legs, and it is limping really heavily on it and seems to be nearly dead. However, it disappears from sight around the corner of the bookshelves, and suddenly you hear as if several books are fluttering open in the wind.
That's not good. Okay. I'm gonna tell the others, because I would imagine that Lothar couldn't see what just happened.
I can see.
You can see it?
I can see through the
Okay.
bookshelf.
I am going to tell the others, though, that I think it just escaped. I don't think I killed it, and I heard books rustling, so I think it may have escaped. Or teleported to a different location in the room. And that will conclude my turn. Or that will, I think, conclude the turn of the
As
beast.
the beastie's turn, yeah.
Yeah.
The flower twitches and sparks, but does not move. It seems to be just final twitches from its death throes. Lothar, your turn.
I will. Let's see. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is right there.
Hmm?
Do I see anything from here?
You did not. But you also haven't rolled a perception check, so I'll have you do that first.
Oh, okay. Perception 21.
Ooh. Yeah, you managed to sneak a look around the corner of that bookshelf, and though you see a trail of ink leading to these bookshelves, and it's like splashed all across the spines of the books, you also see a small shape in the middle of them, as if a beast wandered into the books, preventing ink from splashing there. You don't see the beast anywhere, though.
I will move here with my last 5 feet of movement. And could I do like a investigation, or is that considered too many actions here?
I think you're good to do an investigation. Your first one was just looking around a corner.
Okay.
Oh, Jester saying it's magical.
You guys don't panic. I think this might be magic related.
Yeah. I want to investigate the sparking plant and the leftover mana pool and just see if I can glean any insider information out of it.
Yeah. Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, sure. 25.
These rolls.
Rather than telling you a bunch of general ideas I have, I'm going to give you 3 questions.
Okay.
That I'll give you fairly open answers to.
I think he's saying that you asked the questions.
Oh, I
Yes.
asked the questions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Is there a way that I currently have to contain the spilled mana?
You have several potion flasks on you, like various, glassware and stuff that you could empty out. You're fairly certain that anything that could contain water or liquid could contain this, but what the side effects of that might be, you have no idea. Containing this without magic is something that is going to be significantly difficult enough to be impossible.
Okay.
That said, if you find the right kind of object for it, you think it might not react very strongly with it, in terms of not, summoning dragons or demons or portals or giant monsters.
Mm-hmm. Can I determine the source of this mana pool?
With a big old chunky perception and a big old chunky arcane, as you look at the table, you see a single drop of mana fall from the ceiling. and splash into this little pool.
Okay. Is the corpse of this plant creature a threat to it? Does it look like it's like about to explode or something crazy?
To the best of your knowledge, this looks more like organic life twitching after it's been killed more than something primed to explode. Where there was a mane of fire and several gouts of flame above its kind of central bud, it no longer has those. So you're fairly confident that it is on its way out, but not an active threat.
Okay. I will end my turn there.
All right. Zoo.
Yeah, so of the origamis on the floor, which one would be like the scariest? Would it be another one of the displacer beast like things?
Are we allowed to player kill in this game?
My general rule for killing other players is don't play so that other players feel the need to kill you.
Russell.
No, I understand where everyone's coming from, but we'll talk about it. I'm just looking. I'm looking at this is
Time
all
to
in my
ready an
head.
axe to chop off a hand.
Looking at the floor at these origamis.
All times.
Right.
I think you just need to mage hand him backwards from the
Well,
table.
no one knows what I'm doing. No one knows. I'm just eyeing the ground. I'm just eyeing the floor, just taking the.
Just the reflex is going to be slapping his hand whenever he tries to touch something.
We're all
What's
saying,
this? Ooh,
we're
piece
all
of candy.
saying as he's starting to look down.
I'm just looking
"Don't."
down. I'm just looking out the corner of my eye. But yeah, so is that
I
like,
would
what would be?
just like to point out this was the guy who didn't want to enter the temple because he thought we were all gonna die.
Hey, I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying I'm doing anything. I'm just looking at the ground.
We're going to be at a bar and he's going to be like, I wonder if that bouncer is really strong. He looks really big. He's like twice my height.
Listen,
I wonder if
Punch
he's
him in the
strong.
chest.
Hey, as long as you write down your results afterwards, you can call it science instead of fucking around.
I'm gonna write a book.
But
about
no,
that
I'm
experience.
finding out. You have to understand.
Well, basically, yeah. So, yeah. What do I see? Which like of the origamis on the floor? It's like, is there a dragon?
There's not a dragon. However, there are 2 frogs, 2 more flowers, 2 like little sheep-looking ones, and then one that's made of 2 pieces of paper that's like a snake or a worm or something.
Oh, okay. Well, with that knowledge, I'm going to move away.
Too bad none
so
of us took speak with paper animal.
5, 10. So you see, this is difficult terrain if I'm passing through someone, right?
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20. So looking around this corner, what can I see what other people have seen? Is it a perception check here?
Perception check.
18.
Yeah, you see the same thing that Lothar did. You see a really significant splash of ink on this bookshelf with a weird smudge in the middle that you think was the creature passing through.
Okay, so does it look like it passed into a particular book or into the bookshelf?
More into like the bottom bookshelf, but not a particular book necessarily.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go over here. And then ready in action, waiting for it to emerge from where that bookshelf. So it's like right here, right?
All right. Let's see here. And Fass, what are you up to?
I'm gonna head over in this direction. Let's see, measure that. So 10 feet here, and I'm gonna check out this area because it's the only area we don't have visibility on.
Hmm.
Is that a perception check as well?
Yeah.
13.
All right. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. This is pretty much everything that you would expect on the tin.
All right, then I'm gonna continue moving towards the previous room.
Sweet.
So that's 25 feet. Am I able to see anything here?
One more perception check.
Actually, I'll move that last 5 feet into the room. Nat 1. 4.
Hey. Um,
Oh God.
Can't see shit.
yeah, you start looking down these aisles, and you don't see anything. You do hear the halfling father off on the side, cowering. He's not 100% sure what happened, but he's heard a lot of yelling and a lot of inhuman screeches. And he saw a little bit of blood as one of your friends was attacked, so he's kind of just hunkered down.
And in that case,
there.
I'm going to yell at him. Quick, to me, the creature teleports.
Now I gotta roll initiative for this guy.
God
19.
Jesus.
Are you sure he's not an attack halfling? Like,
They're just naturally
Cowering
scared and
over here.
always in fear.
His real name is Manaforge.
Everything's always out to get them.
Yeah, you have not known many cowardly halflings in your life. This is one of them. Let's see here. Athelios,
yes.
it's your turn.
I'm going to turn and look at Lothar and say, "Now can I stick the sword in the magic goo?"
Oh my god. I'm gonna prep a sleep spell just for the next fucking idiot who comes over here.
I forget. Did Lothar see anything? Or I'm going to ask
But
Lothar.
maybe
did you
his
see anything
weapon
out
will
the-
awaken.
Yeah. Did you see anything on the other side of the door? Anything worth exploring?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What
You.
door?
The door.
You think it's
Wasn't there a
Bass?
door? I thought there
Yeah.
was another door in here. Wait, there is another door. You never looked through it. Oh shit. You were standing right next to it.
There's a
Move
door in
20
here?
feet. Yeah, it's in the corner.
This is a door?
Move 20 feet. Yeah,
This is a door? Oh, I
That's
didn't
a
even know
door.
that.
yeah.
Sure is.
He told us it was a door when we entered.
It's a little door. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
A sneaky bastard.
And that's all I'm gonna do.
All right. The so Thas, out of the corner of your eye, you see two things happen. Given that Halfling Dad and the Beastie share the same initiative, you see Halfling Dad start kind of very cowardly, but brave for a coward. Start walking out from behind his little bookshelf fortress here and come towards you. You also see the Beastie jump out of a pool of ink that you didn't quite catch down here and leap towards the Halfling Dad.
No!
Oh no.
No! Oh!
All right. the halfling dad somehow manages to throw himself backwards away from two razor sharp paper limbs that go seeking for his heart. And he is more scared than ever and is going to try and start to run away. But he realizes that he's a little too close to be able to disengage at this point. Lothar, I believe it's your turn.
A free action to yell that it's here.
Sure.
There we go. Can yell that it's here.
I will move. Oh, man. I started here, I believe. 5, 10, 15, 20.
I was making sure that I stuck to my own rules there.
10, 15, 20.
Not gonna lie, y'all have gotten pretty lucky on these beasties attacks.
This beast has not hit anything.
Well, I mean, thankfully, I have a really high armor class.
At this point, we just throw all the origamis into the puddle, right?
It's another free action. Watch the bard.
Yeah, exactly. Don't let the bard. We're all moving. Go save his ass. Meanwhile, the bard's like walking back over towards that little puddle.
This is 25. Oh, I have no line of sight on this beast man.
Neither do I.
That's all I can do. That's my turn. Well, no, it's not. Dash doubles your movement, right?
Yeah.
You'd have
take
60
an
feet
action.
total.
Okay, so I'm at 25 right now. This is
You started here, right?
I started here. Yeah.
But going through the table would be.
I'm gonna leap onto the mana pool and keep running.
Yeah, so I think you can get to here, somewhere in there.
50. I could get here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll
Still
move. I'll move
Not
right.
quite enough to see the beast, but that is
Yeah,
a little bit closer.
Gets me closer though. That's. And then, yeah, that'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Zoo, your turn.
I'm actually going to stay right here, and it keeps disappearing behind like this aisle. So I'm just gonna kind of be here and take the dodge action.
Perfect.
That'll be my turn.
Be ready for him.
Yeah, just running back and forth is tiring.
Fast, your turn.
Smack his ass. He's almost dead anyways.
Gonna step forward, keep that 5 feet in front, and maybe if this guy gets away a little bit, it'll provoke an attack of opportunity if I miss here. And then strike.
Oh yeah. Roll him if you
Or
got
not.
him.
8
8 will not hit.
plus, just a second.
Oh,
Plus 2 for 10.
10 will not hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you take another slash at this beast, and you notice once again just how wounded it is. It looks like it's not putting weight on its back left leg, and it's dripping ink everywhere. But it is still cohesive enough to dodge out of the way of your attack.
Son of a bitch.
Athelios.
This kind of sucks because I no longer have my action surge. I'm
Just a quick question. If you only get one reaction per turn, correct?
Yep.
Per round, yeah.
Per round. So if I were to provoke an attack of opportunity by this guy, since it would technically be the next round, he would have a reaction again, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking if I can provoke the attack of opportunity by stepping past him and he takes it, then the little halfling could get away, but
And the
Well- I'm gonna dash.
Hmm?
And I'm going to move. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then to get through Thas, I would
another
need
10.
Okay. So I would need. This is 40, right? To get to here?
if
Dig in.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
If I took a diagonal. At
Oh,
one
yeah,
point.
out of here, and then 35, 40. Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. So that's where I'm going to end up. So that Thas can still reach him, but I am in front with my shield and my rapier, and hopefully the little halfling survives the next attack. There's nothing more I can do.
Speaking of, the Dispaper Beast snarls again and swings at the halfling dad.
Did you just say dispaper beast as in displacer beast?
Yes, I did. Dispaper
Okay.
Beast. I've been waiting to bust that out all session and couldn't wait any longer.
Right.
So one of these two attacks hits the dad, and he takes 6 damage. So he gets hit in the shoulder, nearly severing the arm. He's no
Oh,
adventurer.
geez.
He's no fighter. This is his first time in any kind of real fight or real danger. Outside the road, where he's, directly threatened. So he's still alive, but barely. He is bleeding out quickly.
Save
And
my son.
I'll be making death saving throws for him behind the scenes, but he's not dead yet. With
I just
that,
assumed his son's already dead.
it is Lothar's turn.
I move here
Mm-hmm.
and I cast sleep at the displacer beast.
Dispaper Beast, yes.
Uh, Do you want me to roll the 5d8?
Uh,
Sorry, what'd you say?
yes.
Okay.
Roll the 5d8.
So it has more than 5 hit points left.
Mhm.
Well, it
Good
doesn't.
check.
However, I think sleep will automatically go to the next creature.
Wait, what?
I thought it's targeted.
Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points.
Yeah.
So the Dispaper Beast will be first.
Oh, well, can I just target it here?
Yes.
Or far enough away where it just hits these two and not the whole party?
Yeah, that would
You
be
and I are
nice.
immune to
you
sleep.
know?
Just self-cast it on yourself.
Seeing as I could finish the beast off.
So I do that instead. Sorry.
Yeah, the beast and the halfling both slump to the ground.
Nice. That's my turn.
Excellent. Zoo, your turn.
I'm just gonna
Do-
continue. Wow.
Do nothing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
He's
here.
gonna wander over
Listen,
that
it's a good-
table.
No,
No.
I'm watching. I'm actually watching.
This is literally how our Baldur's Gate 3 game went. By the way.
Lothar
Here
set
we
a
are.
magical trap.
Usually he's down by now.
Yeah, usually he's on the ground by now. But
Oh, I can't
Lothar
bet. I
set
can't,
a-
Dwagar's like beating
Can't-
him down, thrown his
can't be
dying
a,
body onto a ledge.
can't be a turtle
Left
in
attacked
Baldur's Gate.
him.
Yeah.
Lothar
Zoo,
set
will
a
you-
magical trap on the
Yeah.
table.
Hey,
just
Zoo,
in
will you
case.
make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He's about to die.
I hope not. I'm not doing anything wrong.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
This is
22.
D&D.
Fantastic. You hear what sounds like banging and scraping noises from behind the door you haven't opened yet.
Oh, okay. So that's where we're going. Let's see.
Usually what happens is you fail your perception check, and then it's like, guys, I don't want to be left alone.
Comes running.
Okay, and then I'm going to use the dash action. So that was 30. This is 35. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Don't open the door. Don't do it
Don't
yet.
open the door.
Guys, I hear
Or are you
screaming.
gonna
I'm going to
open the
go
door?
look at the door.
As you get to the door,
I
You
don't open it
notice
yet. I don't
that-
open it yet.
the door is open the tiniest crack.
Oh no.
So we're going to peek
Um,
through that crack. If I can.
You can see some wood. It looks the same as what the bookshelves in the room that you're in are made of. Just a dark natural wood. And from inside, it sounds like furniture being dragged around. But you can't really see or hear anything.
I've seen this
Outside of
horror
that.
movie before.
Okay,
This
so-
is how Zoo loses his eye.
Does the door open towards me or away from me?
It opens away from you, and you
Hmm.
think the door is being pinned in place by heavy furniture from the other side.
Okay, I'm going to try
Um,
that thery and see if it just touches the
Oh.
door.
Yeah,
Send
make
it
a
down.
strength check.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
You mean I can't charm this sucker open? Hey, door. How you doing?
Terrible.
Wait, could he use the sound,
4.
the magical sound from his pan flute to rock the door open?
I rolled a 4 on the strength check as I try this door with confidence.
Yeah, you can move the door back a half inch, but
Hmm.
it won't move forward a bit.
All right. That'll be my turn.
One last thing.
Oh.
As you try and pull the door back to kind of get a little bit of movement there, it looks like the locking mechanism has been like bashed or clawed out. But it's a really weird series of markings. It looks like tens of thousands of paper cuts kind of around where the lock used to be. But it's clear that this took a very long time and almost like polished away the wood with a violent motion as opposed to anything directly cracking or huge force being applied.
Okay. I guess I'll shout a hello. Hello?
And you hear two voices quickly shout back, "Hello? Hello? Who are you?" And that's going to be the end of your turn.
Yep.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to save you. I hope the halfling says you're too short to be a stormtrooper.
Thas, your turn.
All right. So since this thing's sleeping, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna squeeze all the way past here, pick up the halfling, and lay on hands.
Hell yeah. How many points are you going to dump in?
Let's see. It took 6 points ish of damage, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna lay in 6 points there.
All right. You grab the halfling's arm and kind of fold it back to where it's supposed to be.
Fold it.
That's a
back.
gross
Fucked up.
series of words.
And you manage to magically stitch back together his shoulder. It's still red. It looks like it's going to be tender and sore for several weeks. He's not as used to being ripped apart and patched back together as you adventuring sorts are. And his body just isn't quite used to the healing energies, but they have taken, and he is back to full health.
It's
However,
just
he is
a
still
flesh
unconscious.
wound.
He is going to have a wicked scar.
Just a flesh wound.
And lay on hands is an action, right? Because it does not specify it on the sheet. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's not a bonus action.
Yeah, I do believe it's
Okay.
an
It's
action.
100% an action. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. That's my turn now, right?
Oh, am I able to take him further away at this point? Because I still have movement speed.
Sure.
Then yeah, that's like right there. That's about as far as I can make it, I think.
Let's see here. That's going to be Athelios.
Okay. So, yeah, right off the rip, I'm gonna attack the beast again.
Mhm.
Okay. And there's already a gash through its stomach, right? Like quote unquote stomach. Okay, so
I
I'm
think
gonna be aiming.
you literally auto crit it,
Like because it's asleep. So
So
right? Like if something,
believe any hit is an auto crit.
okay. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
good.
I think you get
hang tight real
advantage
quick.
advantage on the roll, and then if you get bypass its armor class, then you auto.
Yeah, that
Yep.
sounds right.
Okay, so rolling for attack, 16 and a 9. So 16. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
So
And
roll
then-
damage and double it.
my D8. 22.
This is the best swordsmanship you've seen out of Athelios all day.
Against
He
the
is-
sleeping creature.
With
Quick
a
as a
flourish.
flash, and paper shreds go everywhere, as do spatters of ink. The floor, the walls, bookshelves, there's ink and paper bits everywhere. But the creature is little more than a husk, slowly leaking ink in a never expanding pool. With that, I'm gonna wrap up combat.
Okay,
Okay.
and with a flourish of my rapier, I'm gonna clean it of the ink, and I'm gonna turn around and smirk at Lothar and say,
And
The end.
that's how Lothar lost his eye.
"No, he's far enough away. My rapier won't hit him."
That one.
All right.
The end was a perfect fucking line. 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna make my way over here and be like, "Hey, there's a door over here that's jammed, and there's people that speak behind it." Just to kind of let people know. Or there's not people. There's creatures that speak behind it that say words.
Okay,
Is halfling
so
still unconscious?
Yes.
I'm going to help Vass bring the unconscious halfling over to the door with us.
With your what strength? I'm sorry.
With my 8 strength, thank you very much.
With your
Not
negative help.
much. My -1.
You've 8 strength. I have more
Yeah.
strength than you.
Yeah, he's the weakest one
Yeah.
here.
Oh,
He's
no.
wearing ring mail.
All right. So we're gonna carry this guy over.
Yeah, he's
So I'll speak through the door in halfling and give a hearty hello.
You hear back in Halfling. Hello? Hello? Who's there? Are you people? Are you finally people? Not a monster?
We are people. Yep, that much is true.
I kind of want to flip a book right now. Flip. It's Stark. Okay.
freaking evil.
I'll introduce myself as Lothar and ask who am I speaking to?
My name is Frederick. I've been trapped in here for weeks.
Frederick. Did I seriously
is-
not take any notes at all?
No, the other guy's name was the kid's name was Flan or something like that.
Oh, Flom.
That's
Sorry.
right. Oh, this kid's name is Flom?
Something like Flan,
Yeah.
but not
Yes.
okay.
Flom.
Not Frederick.
Definitely am.
I was like,
Not Fred. Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
I was like, who the fuck is Frederick?
Yeah, it's like, well, this is weird.
Hi, Frederick. There's
Uh,
The dad's name was Fred Flagstone.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Flom Flagstone, son of Fred.
All right. So back in character, when he says introduce himself, if I'm like under my breath, I'll be like, just delicious.
I'll say.
Don't say that.
I whisper it to
I
myself.
go, and you're gonna hear kind of like a scooch of movement from a heavy bookshelf, say, and he's gonna say, "Hey, hang on a sec. We're gonna pull back this bookshelf and get the door unblocked."
This is still in half, right?
While he's doing that, I'm gonna call out. Is there who else is in there with you?
Just me and Millie.
Do you all speak halfling?
No, I don't. No, I'm not. I was only reacting to
that?
the Flan.
I'm calling out in common, which apparently he's responding to me in common.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll respond in common and halfling since he knows both.
Okay.
I'll just hang out and I'll peruse through these shelves while they unbarricade their door.
And I'm going to peruse these origami.
Get
I know
the fuck away from there, Zoo.
Combat is quote unquote over, but I'm gonna still have my shield and rapier at the ready.
Yeah, as the door opens, when you start to get a rather nasty smell wafting out.
Mm.
Well, they've been in there for weeks.
Yeah, it smells like half-rotten berries and farts.
Okay.
Sickly sweet, but also absolutely not sweet.
Can I do a nature check to make sure it's not the smell of death?
Sure.
22.
Yeah, this is very clearly a smell of rotting berries, specifically.
Okay. Just sickly sweet. Okay.
I'll go ahead and ready a prestidigitation cantrip. Nasty ass halflings.
Oh, why is this not working? Sorry, trying to get rid of the fog, and the fog is fighting me.
Who's our face? Is it Patrick? Are you the face?
No.
I've
The
got
face is me. Is Kai?
What?
Is Athelius? The face is Athelius.
No. The face of the party. Like who should be doing the speaking?
I've got a 17 in charisma.
All right, so I also have a 17, but you probably have better.
I
social
have an
skills.
18 in charisma.
Yeah, but you're
Boom!
awful at everything.
No. So you're mistaking me for my Baldur's Gate character. That's a different character completely. This is Zoo.
What was your
All right.
Baldur's Gate character called?
Something else. Traven or something like that.
So yeah, as you kind of hear the furniture move back, the door swings open to two filthy and emaciated humanoids. They have been living in this 20 by 20 library room for several months now, ever since they disappeared. One of them, the halfling, Flam, is like a little underweight, but you think with a couple weeks he'll be a-okay. The other figure is considerably older and near skeletal. Super gaunt. You can see not only his cheekbones, but see his ribs through his shirt. And he is wearing very tattered wizard robes that look like they are all kinds of different cut up.
So looking at this person, this wouldn't happen to be so. Millie was the name, right? But we wouldn't happen to recognize this person, even though they're skinny, right?
Let's see. I'll have all of you roll history checks for me, for history of the town specifically.
18.
7.
Okay. History. Dunk. 14.
Nice. For everybody who got above a 15, you think this is one of the wizards that helped found the town many, many years ago. This is Millhouse. A lot of people thought he died or ran off, but he fits your description very nicely.
Isn't Millhouse a halfling as well, or a gnome? No, he was a gnome.
Oh, he was a gnome. Yes. Yes. So in that case, you see a gnome and a halfling standing before you.
It was a magical. Yeah, it was wanted for magical crimes.
Yeah.
And he was around the town for several years. But about 2 years ago, he disappeared.
I'll kind of gesture to Lothar, kind of bringing up the wanted posters that were previously found in the kind of archive area. Kind of wondering if we want to ask Millie here about that.
I don't think we know that it's this person. I don't think our checks were high enough.
What did you roll? What did you roll, Russell?
Oh, you're saying that we don't
15 and above. Yeah,
got it.
and
My
above.
bad.
I know who it is.
Got it.
I think I'm the only one who knows who it is. As such, I am going to tell them. I'm going to ask Flan to exit the room, by himself, and I will go get Millie, as he calls him.
Yeah. So
I apologize. What check was it? My daughter was just chatting with me.
All
She's
good.
asking me a question.
History check.
All right, 16 on mine.
Nice. You also recognize him as Millhouse, the errant wizard.
So I'm going to exchange a glance with Thas, a knowing glance, about who this is, and I am going to shake my head, trying to insinuate that he shouldn't say anything as of yet. And I'm going to give my rations, the rations that I have on me, to Millie.
Do they look like they need any healing?
There's not any active wounds right now, but it looks like the two of them have been near starvation for a very long time. So as soon as you pull rations out, Millie in particular isn't going to even wait for you to like hand them over. He's going to grab them out of your hands and start shoveling them into his face. Flam has a little bit more patience for it, but not by much. Like he's literally like hopping from foot to foot, waiting for you to pull out another one.
Okay, I only have 1 day of rations, is what I have. So
You're not gonna give them. What are you saying, you fucking monster? I will pull out my rations and share them. Holy shit!
I gave him my full day of rations.
Yeah, but
they
could also split it. Like that's like 3 meals.
What do you want me to do? Pull more rations out of my ass?
Here, this is for you, not for you.
I was assuming there are 3 other people in my party that give their rations to Flan.
As you hand out rations, you watch these two absolutely house about like 2 pounds of jerky and half a loaf of bread each in less than a minute or two. You're not 100% sure how they did it, but you also haven't been halfway as hungry as these two look.
All right. You guys should definitely go to the bar afterward and get some juice.
How do I remove something from my backpack?
That
Question.
I don't know.
Rations. Wait, I think that's it.
All right.
Rations.
Face of the party, engage, go.
Yeah, go talk. Oh wait, shoot! I had 10
Okay.
10 of them.
I'm about to step in. I don't know if we
I
voted
read
on
that
it.
wrong. I read that wrong, but I gave him an entire day of rations, so
Guess I'll go.
we hold the small feast. How about that? We hold the small feast right here on the wood floor.
So how did you two come to be into this small room?
Millhouse is currently gnawing on jerky and kind of
Okay.
waves his hand over at Flam, who is talking with his mouth full, but will still answer your question. He'll go, well, about, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, I saw this door I'd never seen before, and I thought, well, maybe, the library's growing, and maybe there's a new room that they're opening up that I didn't know about. So I wandered in here and was looking at the shelves and wandered out this way, and all of a sudden I heard something growling in the stacks. And, thankfully Millie over there heard me running around screaming in here, trying to dodge around from that critter. And, well, he managed to get the door unblocked and pulled me on in, but that thing was clawing at the door for weeks trying to get us. But thankfully we had a couple extra bookshelves in here that we could just keep packing things into the door frame. We've been living on, well, I hesitate to call them good berries. I'd say closer to bad berries more than anything. We've been living on those things for weeks now, for months for Millie.
Oh.
Mm,
All right. Well, here's your father here. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. He's kind of tuckered out right now.
Once he
He
wakes
looks
up.
over and his dad is just like passed out, unconscious on the floor. His shirt like half torn off and a giant red mark all the way around his shoulder blade.
Oh, I've been carrying him.
Oh, perfect. He sees him kind of dangling limp in your arms. But his face like lights up and he goes, He's okay? He's here?
Yeah, he's right there, and yeah, he's traveled a long way to see you. But yeah, like I said, he just had a long day.
As this conversation is happening, I'm gonna motion for Lothar to meet me over here, just out of earshot.
Okay.
Assuming you follow me, I am going to clue you in as to who this is, as to who Millie really is, and based off of that story, I think he is the origin point of the beast. Now, no one else. We're whispering off in the background, so no one else is hearing our little conversation here. So I think he was the origin of the blue liquid and the beast. I think it might have been a mistake, but knowing who this is and knowing that he probably knows of some very powerful magic, I think this is possibly the origin point for the disaster, for the shit show that just occurred.
I'll nod and say, well, we should gather what information we can, but we should do so with a healthy degree of caution. Even a wizard in his state is not something to trifle with.
Okay, I am going to stay close to him then. So I am going to go back close and stay within arm's reach of Millie.
This time I'll turn to. Is he still eating his jerky?
Yeah, and kind of furtively glancing at the group, but not really saying much.
All right. Nothing to add to the story there, Millie?
Huh? What do you want to know?
How'd you come to be in here? Like, so we know that you helped Flam, but how have you come to be in here, and like why were you here?
He had explained that he was exploring the unknown door.
Oh, I thought that was
No, that was Flam.
That was Flam.
Oh, okay.
I came in here about the same way that Flam did. I found this door not a little over 2 years ago now. And so I started using it as my own little study room. No one else seemed to notice it, so I holed up in here and was studying. And well, it dawned on me that there was books in here that I'd never seen before, magic that I'd never even thought of. And well, I was sitting here working at the table, fussing with some origami to clear my mind between books, and all of a sudden, raw mana started leaking from the walls and pooling up, dropping from the ceiling on here, and happened to hit one of my Displacer Beast origamis. And that little fucker chased me into the back room there, and I had to block the door with one of the bookshelves. So I lived in there for a year and a half, year and 9 months until Flam showed up.
Master Thaddeus never was in this room? He was not aware, or you didn't see him come and go in here?
Oh, no, I never saw him in here once. As far as I know, you folks are the only folks... well, there's no one outside this room who knows about this room that I know of. Sorry, words are hard after being alone for this long.
Interesting.
So perhaps it's time to leave this place and return. I'm assuming there's no more doors there.
Back in that room? No, we would have escaped far before if that was possible.
What kind of magics were you studying?
Me? Necromancy.
Interesting.
A troubling school, even under the best intentions.
He's gonna kind of turn on his heel and look at you and go, "Look, if a man wants to raise a family, he can raise any damn family he pleases. Thank you very much." Just because some of the folks in Waterdeep don't like how I do things doesn't mean that what I did wasn't perfectly legal and perfectly moral. Thank you.
And what exactly was it that you were trying to do?
I told you, raise a family. Hey, they agreed to it. Just because they were poor when they agreed to it doesn't mean that it was wrong.
Who agreed to what?
Well, the family sold me their bodies after they died. Well, the mom and the dad did. Of course, they were, miners and in a mining accident. And, well, I knew the numbers had to come up on those miners sometime. Anywho, one of their kids struck it rich in the mines, got enough money to get a lawyer together, and next thing you know, the guards chased me out of town.
So I'm thinking to myself, sounds like this guy's a necromancer.
So, if you already know...
And my sword fingers are twitching.
So, if you already know how to raise a family, and you did so, what books in here were furthering your study in the School of Necromancy?
He kind of cracks his knuckles and raises an eyebrow and goes, "Well, I don't want to talk about it. I have learned way too much druid magic for my taste. Thank you very much. Do you know how hard it is to learn druid spells to keep life going after spending my entire life learning necromancy spells?"
I can imagine.
And he kind of suppresses a shiver. He goes, "Difficult? I had to not only come up with my own school of magic, life deathromancy, but also had to make good berries into something I could cast with my magic."
So, do I have enough knowledge of the law to decipher whether or not what he has done is actually lawful or not?
It'd be the grayest possible area. This is somewhere towards MLM or shady car dealer taking advantage of poor folks. What he did would be frowned upon by anyone with half a conscience, but it would be significantly difficult to actually say what he did was illegal.
So it's legal but morally bankrupt.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm the caretaker of this library, and A, you should have come to us if you had discovered this room, and B, I don't think I can allow you, either one of you, to stay in this room.
Oh, we want to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Do you know of any method to capture the leaking raw mana?
A bucket?
I feel like a bucket wouldn't work.
I feel like that's a very Mana Storm answer, though.
He kind of shrugs his shoulders and goes, "Look, I studied how to raise the dead. I didn't study how the leakiest mana ley line, the leakiest ley line I've ever seen, how to patch it up. That's for the fancy wizards. I'm just your average homegrown good old necromancer."
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the family that you raised? Did he?
Buried by the lawsuit.
Okay. So, at this point, I'm getting nervous. Because we just killed 2 beasts that should never have been. And of the 2 people we rescued, it seems like there is one that has some questionable attributes and motivations. I am going to suggest that for his safety and for ours, that we move them outside and possibly tie Millhouse up and gag him so he can't cast a spell.
All right, let's not cause a lot of attention.
Where are you standing when you suggest that?
I'm standing right next to him.
He's going to look at you, and he's going to go, "Sonny, I didn't live in a hole for 2 years to have you try and tie me up. I have broken not a single law. You try and confine me again, I'll put you in the ground and then take you back out of the ground. Because that's what I do."
And I am going to laugh because he may be powerful, but all I have to do is shove something in his mouth to stop a verbal incantation, or grab his hands to stop his, from casting a spell that way.
So there are ways to cast spells without somatic components.
But if you can't move, there's nothing you can do. As far as I know, because that somebody was saying, been watching D&D stuff, and they're like, the one thing wizards hate most is that being told that they could basically shoving a finger in their mouth.
Hold on, he hasn't
stop.
He hasn't actually.
I'm worried.
Done anything wrong, and he did not kill this Flam character. I personally am, so like, I'm like a little bit. I've been keep looking at Flam, like a little worried that maybe Millhouse did something to Flam. But
he might be dead. We don't know.
He hasn't broken any laws. Let's not blow this out of proportion. He's,
And Millhouse is gonna turn on his heel and go and kind of start poking you in the chest and go, "Look, if I broke any laws, tell me what they are. Yeah. You're not even a guard.
Yeah,
you're a librarian's assistant.
Well,
you can't arrest me.
I'm the groundskeeper, not the librarian's assistant. I'm not anybody's assistant. We're friends.
Oh, sorry, gardener. I guess you have the legal authority to arrest people now?
I'm on your side here, buddy. I was saying don't tie him up.
Sorry.
Calm down here.
Do you realize how few calories are in a good berry? I've basically been stoned for the last 2 years.
I understand.
I'm just starvation.
I don't need to lash out here.
That's fair. Could I please get a bed so I can sleep off 2 years of starvation? I would also love a shower because I've been shitting 15 feet from my bed for 2 years.
Yeah, we're going to hose this place out.
Well, about that, I will present the wanted poster for Millhouse. But before showing him, say, listen, we're not here to action this, but it's something that you should be aware of if you're not already.
And I technically do work with the town guard. I'm going to mention that.
I will say that you've broken one of the foundational rules of this here library. I would like to ask what knowledge you have shared with this if you've taken so much from here.
Me?
Yeah.
I gave everything I knew. That's what I was doing at that table, is half writing, half reading.
Okay.
Half the books in here are new ideas I came up with.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't want to learn about plants, but, well, when the library gets its fingers in your brain, you know how that goes.
All right.
I'm going to turn to Lothar and say, I know nothing of the magic that he is speaking of, nor the magic that you do. I would suggest that you get a team of researchers up here to look into this magic and see exactly how dangerous it is.
Look, I have a quick and easy solution here. I'm just going to cast Detect Evil, and we'll see if there's anything evil here.
Well, see, the problem is spells aren't necessarily evil in and of themselves. I'm just concerned about the damage that they can do.
Exactly. So a fireball, necromancy, doesn't matter what it is, just so long as you use it to the means to the correct end.
Yeah, no. I'm saying we still need to get people up here to assess the amount of damage that can be caused, and to find a way to contain that mana that's on the table. So we still have no method of containing it.
It's shrunk. Just throw another origami thing on it.
God.
I'm gonna look straight at Zio.
I have a quick question about it. So Lothar's like in charge of the library and the knowledge of the library. Are there people that we report to that are like higher elders for magical research?
Nope, you two are about as authoritative as it gets. Short of like a multi-week trip to one of the bigger cities up or down the road from you.
But there are other mages in our town, right?
I think we keep this area secret. Okay. I think we should talk about this later, and we should get these two some rest and some food. We can definitely talk about. I don't think they're going anywhere quickly right now.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. It's fine.
We can come back to this
question.
situation, gesturing at the library later.
Question: due to like this is like theoretical, due to the level of nourishment of Millhouse and the well, actually, I'm going to say this out loud. I'm going to be looking at Lothar. I'm going to say, due to the level of nourishment and the fact that he's probably physically, he has very little physical stores of energy. How much magic could he cast? Considering he hasn't had a good eating shit for 2 years. Like, would you be able to cast something powerful if you hadn't had a good rest in 2 years?
You're saying this all out loud?
Well, I mean, I'm not too terribly concerned about it. I might lower my voice a little bit, but
I will respond. If I were half as skilled as Mr. Manastorm here, I would not underestimate a wizard under the worst conditions.
And he
I am
roll a perception
concerned.
check, Lothar.
Perception. 14.
While they're doing all that arguing, is there anything useful that we would need from these rooms that are here that can be seen? Anything of interest is left.
You're pretty sure that Sam could make something interesting out of the remnants of the flower or the dispaper beast.
Then I will
but-
collect their paper corpses.
Sweet. Yeah, you are absolutely dripping with ink, but
Already was.
yep. Let's see. Lothar, with your perception check, as the questions were being asked of how powerful a spell could Millhouse cast, you see him give you the slightest wink as you say to never underestimate a wizard.
Yeah. I'm concerned about letting him out of this building.
Oh, I might be more concerned about trying to keep him in the building.
Oh dear.
I kind of want to get him out of here and to get this under. Talk about some other things. I have some things I would like to bring up. I have concerns as well, but I think it's better in private company.
Okay. Yeah. Let's
Not in the
go
presence
down.
of leaking mana.
Temptation's too high there, Zoo, isn't it?
No. I had a theory, and the theory was correct. So it's just how researches go, you know.
I noticed you didn't write it down.
Oh, it's getting written down. Don't worry. I have all the time after we do this.
I'm going to leave first, and cite the fact that I need to report all of this to the appropriate people in the village. And so I am going to go. I will put myself outside of the room. Oh, now I can't see myself though. Oh no! Can you drag me back into the room?
Sure can.
Oh no! I'm gonna put myself over in this corner. I'm out of the room. I'm no longer in the rooms.
Yeah. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do in these rooms?
Not immediately.
Solid.
Get him out of the room.
Yeah, we'll just start walking out with them, and on the way, I'll make sure to mention that, you know,
thank you for your contribution.
be sure that you're not taking any library contents with you as we leave.
He goes, "Oh, I know the rules of the library."
Okay, I'll be watching
What is
closely.
this place?
So you all wander down several flights of stairs into the main lobby of the library and out the door. As you're walking across town to go back to the tavern, since you know the halfling dad has a room there, and they have enough rooms for Flam and Millhouse. Well, yeah, you're wandering out. You get to the tavern without much fuss. Is there anything else that you all want to do tonight before?
Oh, so what time of day is it?
Night. It's
it is
probably
night.
10
Okay.
p.m., 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went to the town elders and conferred with them about this potentially hazardous situation, to say the least, and asked them to find some powerful mages that they trust, and have them ready. And I'm going to the town, and then I'm going to stop by the town guard and inform them of the situation and
So for
ask them.
yeah, with
Go
the town elders, there's various folks in town, but there's really just the mayor. There is like a head of the guard and a head of the rangers, but there's not like a accounts of all the oldest folks.
The rangers, do we have some mages in the ranks of the rangers, right?
A handful, but they're closer to spell swords than actual mages. The highest density of magic users is around the library, especially those stopping through.
So we don't have anyone that we can really trust fully
Yeah, there is the group of druids who work by the compost pits. There's let's see. Oh, there are the wizards who focus on growing grapes, or the not the grapes, the bardberries.
Okay.
For bardberry wine, as well as I think there's a group of clerics, but they're all fairly specialized.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna gather the spell swords from the rangers and have them ready to respond to any disastrous outcomes that may happen. And I am also going to alert the town guard and that this is happening, so that we have contingencies, and it's not just us at the tavern with a very powerful wizard.
Yeah. So for the spell swords, so once you get back to the tavern, you're gonna go like to the ranger station. So I'll say there's one in town and one on patrol that you know of.
While he's doing that, can we bring the emaciated and damaged halfling, or not damaged anymore, to Sam the cleric, and to get healed and or anything disease cured, and I'll deliver the paper corpses.
And also,
Yeah, Sam the blacksmith.
Oh, sorry, and bring the paper corpses to Sam. Sorry, bring them first to my dwarven or to a temple. I'm not sure how many temples are in the town, but I guess the closest temple, or to my dwarven mentor. Not Sam the Black, the other.
Let me see here. Oh yeah, we had a knowledge cleric enclave. So there's a temple of clerics devoted to magical knowledge. That actually works out nicely. Yeah, you bring the folks to that temple. It's kind of situated towards the outskirts of town, well outside the custom-grown trees. You bring them there, and food is brought. Their wounds are tended to. And let's see here.
I figured that was a quick, simple one to do simultaneously while he's figuring out the people.
Yeah, so the first thing I did was go to the ranger station and gather the rangers, or get the one that's there and ask them to send the other one as soon as they see him. The sword, whatever you call it, spell swords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put out the call. You run into Jordan, who's still kicking around the Rangers. And you kind of loop him in on everything that's happened. He tells you that the one in the field is going to be a couple days before they get back to town. But he can go and wake up the other spell sword and meet you at the tavern in about an hour.
Okay, cool. That works. I will tell them to dress as a normal citizen. Don't come with your weapons, but not as like a.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and kind of looks down at himself and goes, "Kid, I've been doing this so long. I mean, everyone will know who I am. Should we meet at your house somewhere that
let's meet outside the tavern in a few hours, 2 hours, midnight, the stroke of midnight. I mean,
shrugs and goes, "All right, I'll be there."
Okay.
Let's see. And who was bringing folks to the clerics?
I figured that was our first step. At least myself and whoever else.
Yeah. Who's leaving the tavern to bring folks to the clerics? Just Thas?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
All right.
I would suggest Lothar go with them.
What Well, you're not there.
I know.
You're not. So
But,
you're running around town every.
Yeah, I'm running around everywhere.
All right. While this is happening, I'm gonna kind of
I
like
am losing my mind. Is
talk-
what's going on.
to Lothar and say, I think we should keep this under wraps. Not aware of the other stuff that's happening.
Specifically, the library.
The library and am I okay? So has anyone brought up that this is the Millhouse Manastorm, or no?
I would
Am I
say
the
I
only one in the
haven't.
dark?
I haven't specifically told the Rangers who it is. I'm telling them that there's a potentially dangerous situation, and that we need magic users.
I will inform you that
Okay.
yeah, the gnome that we rescued is none other than Mr. Manastorm himself.
And we are aware that he's been here since almost the beginning, based on I think the last session.
He's
Old timer.
an old timer.
It's like, all right, I think we shouldn't let anybody know outside of our little group who he is, just because there may be adventurers that may take the opportunity to make a quick buck.
I agree.
Yeah, and also that we should look at the knowledge that he imparted, because we really don't have laws against this kind of necromancy. We need to investigate what he actually did up there. But as far as I can tell, he hasn't broken any of our laws. Even with the story he told, it is bad. And I'm just kind of like, but being like kind of bardy about it, being like, but they did. We haven't really delved into this in our town because we haven't discussed it thoroughly. But yes,
I don't know if it resolved, but when Thas cast Detect Evil, anything spark his anything trigger on Flam?
Yeah, what were you casting that on? Anything in particular?
It's nothing. It's just a sensory ability that you can tell if something is good or evil, and just
Oh, gotcha.
in the area. Are they a fiend, a celestial, undead? Basically, it's like, you can detect a hollow spell or things in the area that are unusual, not magical, but alignment wise.
You don't detect anything from like the negative planes, any of the hells. There is a vague sense of the undead that you get from Millhouse, but it's very like you've seen undead in person, you've fought them, you know exactly what they smell like to your magical senses, and this is the tiniest whiff of it. But if he was a zombie or a greater undead, anything like that, you'd be getting a far different reaction than what you're getting now. You think this just rubbed off when you worked with them.
Not that I would be in a position to do anything about it, but yeah. I'm kind of sick to have Flam turn on.
I will make sure to grab a change of clothes for Millhouse and bring him up to his room so he has something to change into that isn't prisoner clothes.
Yeah, he happily accepts them, and even though they're a little tall for him, this is a
think of it like a blanket,
Yeah, the shorter people have their ways of like tucking things and folding fabric and a couple extra knots, and it's clearly still way too big, but it's workable. And he seems to be very grateful to be clean and in clean clothes. And he kind of gives you a nod and goes, "Thank you for the clothes. This is it's a kindness that I had forgotten a lot about."
Well, I wish I could say it's something you could expect from the town, but I have a feeling that might not be the case.
He shrugs and goes, "Well, they've always had their suspicions about me. I knew I'd have to move along sooner or later."
Indeed. Well, if you ever find your way in my neck of the woods again, please stop by the library. But maybe we can do so under less secretive tenses.
He kind of nods his head and goes, "Well, thank you very much. The next time I'm in this area, I'll make sure to swing by." And starts walking towards a window.
Just gonna peep that.
I'm just gonna watch.
And he
Go through the window.
and he's gonna open the window and start to cast Featherfall.
Hell yeah, brother! I ain't stopping him.
Yep, and he's gonna jump out the window.
Can I assume in character that I understand what spell he's casting, so I'm not like freaking out as he jumps out a window?
Yeah, this is a very well-known
Yeah.
spell to wizards. If you don't have it yourself, you've at least seen or heard of it.
Dope. All right, I'll just return back to the main room of the bar or tavern.
Yeah, I guess I'm just chilling there, striking up a tune in the corner.
About what time is this? Is this midnight? Is this
Yeah,
11 o'clock?
I mean, probably about half an hour since you landed at the tavern initially. About 11.
11. Okay.
I'll inform you that our friendly, short wizard has flown the coop.
And I'll just give him like a nod and a smile. It's like, yeah, I can see that.
Probably for the best.
Can we say that I at least am back at the tavern at this point?
Yeah. Well, is the ranger station 15 minutes away from the tavern?
I feel like it wasn't far. Tavern's
Sweet.
like next to the bridge. And I wouldn't like the ranger station would be close by. I mean, I would assume.
Sweet. Yeah, works for me. So you zip on back and wander into the bar around 11.
I'm going to go to Lothar and Zoo and ask how everything is going and where our guests are.
I'll speak up. They're around, just getting things taken care of, getting some rest. Obviously, a deception check. That'll be a 23 on the deception roll. They're just around
So you
getting
can make
changed, and you do the insight, I think.
Wow. So the turtle is lying to the shapeshifter. What a turn of events.
No, so all I said was you don't know that. All I said was, they're just getting some things taken care of. It's partially true, and getting cleaned up and stuff, which is also
what
kind
check
of true.
is this? Insight?
Yeah.
Yep.
If you can insight that.
You got to beat 23.
It's not going to happen. I can tell you that. I only have a +1 to insight.
You got a 1 in 20 chance.
13.
Yeah, he's definitely telling you the truth.
All tuckered out.
It's been a long couple years for him.
I'm going to ask what room Millhouse is in.
Room 2, I'm going to be lying. Sleeping.
Okay. Well, as a guardsman and a
That's why you say,
ranger,
I think room 2.
I think room 2.
as a guardsman, and you already said it. I'm gonna go check room 2 real quick.
Okay.
Just to make sure he is still there and is safe, or is not casting anything.
I hope a beholder's in that fucking room, Kai.
You walk up to room 2. The door's locked.
Door's locked. Okay. At this point, I have no reason to distrust Zoo. So I am I'm gonna go down and hang out in the main area of the tavern, and wait for the appointed meeting time with the other ranger, with Jordan.
Fantastic. Who was going to the knowledge clerics?
I think it was just me. That's
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, so you rock up to the Temple of Knowledge.
You rock.
all right.
uh, yeah, and you know the head of this temple is named Father Tim, who's a very old dwarf, who feels like he's been around pretty near forever. Always curious, wants to know everything about your day whenever you talk to him. Any little thing that you can share that might be interesting, he is so grateful for.
Okay. Then I'm guessing since Millhouse is still at that tavern, I've got Flam and the other halfling. Is that correct?
And
Yeah.
Fred.
I'm gonna bring them to Tim and see if they need any additional healing or anti-disease or anti-poison, because I have nothing left in my spells until a long rest. So I don't have enough points to do a purge of disease or poison from
Mhm.
anybody. I have no idea what this paper thing has done.
Yeah, you so you wander up to the door, and it's you can see kind of candlelight inside as is normal. And as you all walk in, you see Father Tim still up, praying over an altar covered in candles. Then he kind of turns towards you and goes, "Oh, hello, my boy. How can I help you?"
Explain to them that I rescued them from a creature and they were wounded, and one has been, kept for a long period of time and basically captivity. So he's very weak, and we just need to get them treated.
He kind of nods and kind of pokes at Fred's arm and kind of pokes at Flam's cheek, and he goes, yes, right this way, you two. We can get you taken care of. Doesn't look like they need anything immediately, but I think some rest and some good food do the two of them quite well. Well, one of them more than the other. I think the other one probably needs a drink. Anywho, right this way, and he kind of toddles off towards what you know to be essentially a medical room.
All right.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. More of a larger than usual spare room with a bigger than normal window and 8 cots scattered about. A couple carts full of medical instruments, various magical healing components. You see 2 wood and glass boxes mounted on the walls, and one says potion of fire extinguishing, and one says emergency potion of healing. And on the glass is written break in case of emergency.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. So he sets the 2 of them down and goes, "Well, I haven't cast this one in a while, but if there's a better time for it, I can't think about it. Or I can't think of it. Say, Thas, will you go and get 8 or 9 of the more junior acolytes? I suspect there's several teenage ones who might be interested in this." And he kind of waves his hand and casts Hero's Feast. So tables spring up out of nowhere, just absolutely loaded with food.
That's a super high spell to just wave your hand. All right. Yeah, I'm going to then go get him. I'm stunned.
You're kind of surprised. He has... You knew he was powerful, being the strongest cleric of a church, but you didn't know that he quite had this level of magic acumen.
Oh, I'm going to make a mental note of that and tell them that they're in good hands and go and fetch some acolytes that are hungry.
And as you run into the first acolyte and tell them kind of generally what happened, their face just lights up. Like, this feels like a surprise Christmas, and that vibe is very much in the air as several acolytes hurry from one room to another, waking each other up and hustling over towards the Medicae.
Is there anything special about a hero's feast, or is it just food?
It is very special.
Yeah, it's in this case, normally there'd be a lot of benefits. For right now, I'm going to say all of those go towards fixing the half-starved halfling.
Otherwise, I was gonna send an acolyte to get my buddies. So.
Yeah, in this case, this is more of a for the patients and the acolytes.
All right.
But Father Tim wishes you well on your way out the door and goes, "Thank you very much. You can come back in the morning, and I suspect this will have done the two of them a world of good."
Thank him and apologize for the late arrival, and then head back to the tavern. Sorry, to Sam's to drop off the corpses and clean up. I'm sure there's a courtyard where I can douse myself in water.
And funny enough, Sam actually has this contingency prepared for. He got really tired of getting woken up. So he has like a little station set up outside of his workshop that has like one of the emergency chemical showers, as well as like a bagging and tagging system of like heavy wax canvas, as well as blank paper tags and a giant drop bin that you could put about half a horse into. He's no stranger to adventures. Showing up in the middle of the night. So you tag it with your names and check everything in as usual. He tends to give people steep discounts on weapons that are made with parts that you bring for the workshop, if he doesn't give it to you free. And you all have a very good working relationship with Sam.
All right.
Yeah, and you wander back to the tavern where you see Sam sitting at the bar.
No. Wow. Here you are, and I'm going to inform him of the weird creatures' corpses that we dropped off, and that let us know what he thinks and what can be done with them.
He kind of raises an eyebrow the more and more you talk and goes, "Oh, we're going to need a clever name for those beasties. Say Dispaper Beast. Yes. Well, I'll see what we can come up with, because, well, I haven't forgot you and yours and your fancy magic rocks that you left with me. I think I'm getting near a breakthrough on those. And in fact, these kinds of creatures would be just the parts I can use to test my new theory."
I'm going to tell him that's great news and buy him a drink.
He goes, "Oh, no, I owe you a drink for waiting so long." And I'll buy you a short beer.
Nice. Won't say no to that. Have a drink with him.
And this is an old argument. For the last 2 years or so, every time you see each other at the bar, he's always super apologetic it's taken this long. But he's never told you that he's close to a breakthrough before.
That's great news, and I'll make sure to tell my buddies.
Hell yeah. So you finish up your drink with Sam, and I think that gets everybody into a decent timeline for the Rangers to show up. Was there anything else that anybody wanted to do?
I'm gonna like as I'm playing my instrument, just all of a sudden just look up and being like the table, and then look back at my instrument, and then leave it at that. I'll just shout the table and then leave it at that.
And with that, I think I'm going to call this session to a close. I think that's a pretty good place to end.
Heck yeah.
Zoo shouting the table.
Yeah, that's gonna make me check for any origami, make sure there's nothing on a table anywhere near him.
Like an aha
Jeez.
moment.
In my head, it's more of like a the table.
Exactly. It's I look up and
So
You get
outside
there.
of my character, I'm worried that the library is not secured.
And I will give you guys that you locked the door to the rooms that you found, or as well as you could, kind of blocked them
Were
in.
they
Okay.
magically locked?
and try to disguise the entrance.
Yeah, like pulled a bookshelf over the front of it. So someone determined could still get in there, but like you locked the front of the library every night. So it's no less secure than usual, and you don't typically have break-ins or any kind of problem with that. This is still a smallish town.
I am a little bit. So I was under the impression that that was Master Thaddeus's study. So that is not the case because we were informed that he has a secret study somewhere. So that is not what we found.
No,
Okay.
at least it doesn't line up with the descriptions that you had of Thaddeus from Thaddeus.
More secret rooms.
More secrets. Okay. I'm just looking at my notes here. Remember that some people enter never leave.
Millhouse escaped.
The answer to this question.
He
Well,
didn't
maybe.
escape. He was
Maybe.
never detained.
He escaped all right.
I mean, maybe he gets
Uh,
captured. Maybe your guard is competent and
You know.
catches him.
Look, I thought I was the paladin of the group. Calm down, fighter.
We'll see what
But
happens. We don't
problem
know.
being is I'm a guard is the thing.
It's been 30 minutes since he left. Anything could happen.
Well,
The,
like,
He didn't commit any crime. Is the problem?
Which
Yeah,
I know is
well,
up for debate.
yeah.
but-
but, like town guard is also
Okay, Tom Cruise.
what could happen, not just with what has already happened. And from my point of view, he almost killed me with his origami.
well, kind
Well,
of.
by that logic, you should be arresting Zoo.
Well, true,
Zoo's a
true.
scientist, though, right? That's the logic.
Yeah, the zoo is just science.
Scientists have never done anything wrong.
You know, and
I am very glad you picked the flower instead of the snaky thing.
Oh, I was
'Cause,
not going to throw it. That's why I was like, the least. What is the least threatening looking thing?
'Cause that one I was planning on turning into a bookworm, WURM.
I'm
WYRM?
going back. I have some things. I have some things to discuss with my compatriots here. Some ideas. But
Well, in that case, I think I'm going to drop off here and give you a chance to discuss all top sneaky like.
are we for XP or milestones? Did we advance to 3 with this or not quite?
Yeah, I think that's it's a little bit of a short chapter, but I also like to blast through the early levels. So yeah, I think bumping to 3 is
Nice.
perfect.
And just to be sure, we are taking a long rest then, or are we picking up here?
You can take a long rest, but we will pick up here. So fuck it. Take a long rest. I'd rather
Okay.
have you all recharged and not have to worry about it.
okay, question.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh! Second level.
martial. So third is martial archetype,
hmm
but it looks like there are supposed to be 3 options, but it looks like I can only choose champion. Is that because we don't have the other options available? Or not purchased? Because it does say looking for something not in the list below. Unlock all official options in the marketplace.
Which
Is that
book do you?
Yeah, so I linked the Wikidot fighter article. any of the martial archetypes in that list from the archetype list, not the D&D Beyond partner content, unofficial homebrew, Unearthed
So I'm
Arcana.
just gonna
But all
have-
those baseline ones from Arcane Archer to Samurai are cool. That said, you may have to manually do some stuff in D&D Beyond.
If
Okay.
all these books should be in there. If you see one that's not working, I'll double check of why it's not shared. But I should have all
Yeah,
these books.
It says that Battlemaster and Eldritch Knight should both be in the player's handbook, which I think we have access to, but it just doesn't show up for whatever reason. It's interesting. I'll just keep track of it in my notes section.
Well, it should. Yeah. You leveled up to 3, right?
Yep.
It should be there.
Here. And yeah, I'm streaming it.
Yeah,
I
watch
think.
the stream.
When I pull it open, champion's the only option.
On the drop down.
Yeah. It's weird. It's interesting.
Oh, and just curious, I don't know how you play paladins, but there's the optional feature of harness divine power. Is that a feature to use or to not? Where you can expend channel divinity to fuel spells as a bonus action.
Take a quick look at it.
It's basically you gain an additional slot because you get what 4 channel divinities per long rest, something like that. I have to look again, and then you can use that in place of a spell slot.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
Let me see if it's something.
It's a nice little boost.
Campaign settings.
And for what it's worth, Kai, if you want to swap in, I think it's scale mail. That's light armor. In for your chainmail. I think that only drops your AC by 1, but you get the full range of movement.
Scale mail. Let's see.
And that'll go up as you increase your dex.
Inventory. Scale mail. Scale mail. There it is.
Man, 3 more spell slots now. That's
Why is that not sharing? Is anyone else having issues with sharing issues?
On my side, it says it may be a network problem.
Okay. Oh, in his top right? Or
Yeah,
Network problem.
for the stream.
oh no, I was talking about if anybody else was having any issues with like the shared content of books that have been purchased.
Oh, not I. Yeah, but for let's see.
Actually, the scale mail didn't drop my AC at all.
Hell yeah. And if you're swapping that out for chainmail, you're yeah, you're saving money, so you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next significant upgrade would be breastplate. Actually, yeah, which would get you or half plate. Breastplate is 400 gold, half plate is 750.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that should make your life a little easier.
All right, and I'll go through these, but before our next session and pick which one I want. And it was just the between Arcane Archer and Samurai that we're going with, right? There's
Yeah, those are two of the best. I really like Echo Knight. I really like. Let's see, where is it? Oh, actually, Champion sucks. So if you want to choose Brute instead of Champion, that's fine. Brute, you essentially add additional damage.
yeah, I'll look. Rune Knight seemed tempting to me as well as Battle Master.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, just double check your attributes against what the subclass demands. Because if I remember right, I think Rune Knight needs some intelligence. Keep me honest on that one. I think you know more about that one than I do.
Where would I find the requirements for this?
Oh, there's no
Rune
other
Knight.
requirements, but they may use like strength versus dex for certain things. So Rune Knight, for instance, your Giant Might ability, one of the biggest things is you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be nerfing a significant chunk of that ability. Not all of the ability, and that's not the only ability you get, but same thing for defensive runes. That one relies on your intelligence modifier. So depending on how good your intelligence is will determine how good that ability is for you.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that
you
might.
know,
I liked it because with Giant Might, I could become large. So I'd have the ability to become small, medium, or large, and that would flesh out my shape-shifting ability. But it's not super important. I haven't used it a lot, and I don't like. While the shapeshift ability comes in handy because I can like show other people who I interacted with, like especially our group. Like if I interacted with someone that they know and I don't know them, I could be like, "This is the person that I interacted with." They talk like this, and then switch my voice too, which would be mildly terrifying for outsiders.
Surprise!
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Surprise! I'm a changeling.
Kai, could you go to your characters real quick? Or go to my campaigns. I think you're not in the campaign, and so it's not sharing. Go to collections at the top. My campaigns. Can you click into that? View campaigns. And then click on Athelios. So that's the sheet. That's the character. Now, if you go to click edit on it, yeah, and then go to level 3. I think you have 2 characters named Athelios or something. That's what I think. And then
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
yeah, so
Okay.
I think that's what's going on. And that's also why when we were looking at your character sheet, we were seeing a different stat than the one you were looking at. But basically, this is the character that has access to everything.
So if I go into
Yeah, so what happens if you go into my characters? Do you have 2 characters
fighting
in there?
style?
Yeah.
Oh, there. I was gonna say there was another. Okay, I'll go with dueling because that's what we picked earlier. I thought there was something else that I was looking at last time, and it was interception, which I thought was kind of cool. But
that's what's going on there.
Purple Dragon Knight. Yeah. No. It's okay. Yeah, I will definitely take a look at these other options and decide before our next campaign session.
And If any questions come up, or if there's anything we can do to help, just give us a shout out in the general channel. But I'll leave y'all to conspire.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Next week is Labor Day. I'm thinking folks will be busy.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope. I don't have anything planned.
Hey, beautiful. I should be free on Sunday. But same time.
Yeah.
Unless Douglas wants